Peace and power. This is Kashia with another episode of Honest Doula Podcast. And today I'll be talking about the throat chakra, what it looks like when it's blocked, what it looks like when it's unblocked, and then leading us into a small breathing, meditation, and exhalation for the throat chakra. Come on in. Again, welcome to Honest Doula Podcast. I am Honest Doula Kashia, and I also provide virtual services as well, doula packages, meditative sessions, birthrights education, anything that you may need, I have it offered. So just go to honestdoula.com and check me out. And please send a message if you have any question, if you would like a consultation, or you need some guidance within your pregnancy, fertility, and postpartum stage. I am the doula for you. Okay, so in continuing the series of the chakras, today I'll be talking about the throat chakra and what it is, its characteristics, and what it looks like when it's blocked and what it looks like when it's unblocked. Okay. So first we'll begin. The color for the throat chakra is blue. The shape is the crescent. The seed sound is hum. And this right is the right to speak. The endocrine gland is the thyroid. The physical association is throat, ears, mouth, shoulders, and neck. The psychological function is communication. Again, it's with the throat. The identity is creative identity. The challenges that lie within the throat chakra are lies. The planet that rules the throat chakra is Mercury. The incense to burn when trying to balance the throat chakra is frankincense. The herb is chamomile. And the sephiras, if you're familiar with the tree of life, is Gibura and Chesed. Okay, so what are some imbalances when it comes to the throat chakra, and how can this affect pregnancy? I know many are thinking, well, how is this important during pregnancy? Well, with anything with imbalances within the chakra, it affects the mother and it affects the baby, because what the mother feels, the baby can experience, and you can birth emotions and experiences into your child through that connection that you have, okay? And you can also limit communication with your support team, your loved ones, and just anyone around you when chakras are out of line, especially in a time where you are most fragile and emotional. And if you're not pregnant, these imbalances still are important to the communication of one another. Okay, so some of the throat chakra imbalances are lack of control over one's speech, speaking too much or inappropriately. Oftentimes we find ourselves over-speaking, speaking when we're not supposed to, or having the need to just say something. Those are the throat chakra imbalances. Sometimes that can come with, feeling anxious, or, sometimes saying stuff when it's not warranted. This causes confusion, and this can cause one to say something that wasn't intended, because this is an imbalanced throat chakra. Also, we may sometimes find ourselves, rambling along, or trying to just say a lot with nothing being said. There's no meaning when you can say something very simple, but you say a whole lot of, addedness. That is the imbalance of a throat chakra. Another is not being able to listen to others. So, from experience, if you find yourself cutting people off all the time, that is an imbalanced throat chakra. That goes within speaking inappropriately or out of turn or too much. Is because you're not really listening. You're not really listening. You're hearing for things that you can respond to, because that throat chakra, it's overactive. It is just a lack of control and the inability to truly listen to what is going forth. So how this can affect one who is pregnant is sometimes you may be closed off to what your chosen provider might say, what your support team might say, out of fear or not knowing. So that inability to not listen could be a hindrance to your pregnancy and your peace. Sometimes we don't go toward things because we're just unsure. So, we won't listen. That is also a sign of the throat chakra imbalance. Another one, contrastly, is the excess fear of speaking. So if you don't want to speak out, if you're afraid your words will harm, or if you're afraid it'll cause trouble, that is also a sign of an imbalanced throat chakra. So pregnant mamas, or those who are trying to get pregnant, or you're in your postpartum stage, and there are some issues, or not even issues, or genuine questions that you may have, and you have a fear of not speaking, that's that imbalanced throat chakra at work here. And I'll later go on to some solutions of what you can do to combat that feeling. But when you have that fear of speaking, you do yourself a disservice, because it is your body, your child, your birthing experience that's underway, so you are to be heard, okay? And I know a lot of times that fear of speaking comes from the environment for which we're in. We are normally in health environments that are not really supportive of the melanated woman, so that could be very fearful. And the fear of speaking, we don't want to potentially harm our situation, or something go wrong. And again, I'll talk about some solutions with that as well. But the excessive fear of speaking is a sign of an imbalanced throat chakra. Another is a small voice. So if you're always talking in a whisper or in a timid manner, afraid to project, that's another sign of a throat chakra imbalance. Not saying you have to be loud all the time, but if you're particularly being silent or mumbling, or there's that lack of confidence, and there's other lower chakras that have to work up as well, but that small voice is a sign of an imbalanced throat chakra. Another one is, and these two tied together, is not being able to keep secrets or to keep your word, and to lying. So if you find yourself being in excessive gossip, or telling, half-truths, or omitting, pieces of a story, this is also a sign of imbalanced throat chakra. And this also aligns with speaking too much or inappropriately. So if you find yourself not being honest in any way, whether it comes to your medical feelings, or whether it comes to anything, how you feel within your relationships or your, interactions, then this is also a sign of throat chakra imbalances. Also, if you are gossiping as well. On the other side of this, a closed chakra might manifest as excessive secretiveness and shyness. So, not being able to speak, not wanting to speak, or not wanting to share, not wanting to get involved or engage with your environment, or those who, are put in place to assist you and help you, is also a sign of an imbalanced throat chakra. And lastly, for the imbalances, is a lack of connection with your purpose. When you don't have a connection to your purpose, you're not really outspoken about it. When you see people, you meet people who are passionate or determined about their life purpose, they're going to talk about it. They're always going to be singing its praises. And so when you don't have a connection to what it is that you're doing, that you won't speak about it. You'll be quiet. You'll be secretive. You'll be, in a sense, lying, because you're not in a part of connected to what it is you're doing. And that too is a sign of a blocked or imbalanced throat chakra. Okay? So some balances that could occur for these imbalances are: one, when it comes to the fear of speaking, that is the purpose of a great support system for the pregnant mama, or those who are trying to get pregnant, or those who are in that postpartum stage who needs that support. Use your support system. Discover and find a support system that really promotes sharing and talking out these fears. When you find people who are most like you, other pregnant women, other, people that you can relate to, and you begin to express what it is that you are withholding, you will see that others have the same issues as you, and they can come up with other solutions. And to feel supported will also relieve some of that fear of speaking, and also relieving that fear of speaking during the time of labor and in delivery. You are able to voice what it is that you need without fear of backlash, without fear of not being heard, because you have that support system that you have put in place. Another thing would be to those things that finding your purpose. I know finding a purpose may be very vague in saying that, but when you find something that moves you, that really aligns with what makes your heart beat, what makes you speak effectively and appropriately about, will also help balance that throat chakra. Also, making sure that you slow down and you are quiet when others are listening, okay? Because a lot of times when we are speaking in our head, have that inner chatter while others are speaking, we may be missing great pieces of the conversation that we can either grow from, or that we can either assist the person speaking to us with. Oftentimes that ego comes into play where we're not listening. We're trying to figure out how we can best give the answer from a standpoint that we're coming from, when we could be missing out on important details to help the person in front of us, okay? So another way to get over your shyness and secretiveness and all of these things is to begin to journal. Journaling is very good. Begin to journal. Journaling is very good for expressing, and you can express it through journaling, through song, through music, through poetry, anything that will call you to speak. And you'll notice some when your throat chakra may be imbalanced, when your voice is getting a little raspy and or hoarse out of the blues, because you're not utilizing that throat chakra appropriately. Also, gossiping, unnecessary talking, just speaking too much. Catch yourself and say, is this important, what I have to say? What is it that I'm trying to say? A lot of times we speak out of pure emotion without any thought with it. And sometimes we speak and miss the point, So these are some of the ways that you can keep your throat chakra balanced, and these are some of the ways that they are imbalanced, okay? So I will now, after this brief melodic break, come back with the throat chakra meditation. Sit comfortably with your back supported in a well-ventilated setting. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders, relax your facial expressions, and let your jaw muscles release any tension. First, notice your natural pattern of breathing. Now, inhale deeply and slowly through your nose. Fill your lungs and imagine breathing deeply into your abdomen. If you're breathing correctly, your belly will push forward as you inhale. Breathe out through your mouth, allowing your exhalation to last twice as long as your inhalation. For example, if you inhale for 2 seconds, exhale for 4. Breathe in for 2 seconds. Exhale for 4. Again, 2 seconds. 4. We are now going to be entering in the throat chakra affirmations. You may repeat them or continue to breathe. I am open and clear and honest in my communication. I have a right to speak my truths appropriately. I communicate my feelings with ease. I express myself creatively through speech, writing, or art. I have a strong will that lets me resolve my challenges. I nourish my spirit through creativity. I live an authentic life. I have integrity. I love to share my experiences and wisdom. I know when it is time to listen. I express my gratitude towards life. I listen to my body and my feelings to know what my truth is. I take good care of my physical body. I am at peace. This is Kashia with Honest Doula Podcast. To schedule your meditative moments, hourly sessions, consultations, go to honestdoula.com.